not only will that happen, but it basically, they'll make, now, I'm going to put a disclaimer here. Max is the one that you ask. It's like, if you need the car fixed, you ask Max. I kind of know how it works. Okay. So, by doing,
well, you know, what we're going to be bringing
that's
to you today.
I'll only be able to drive 5 minutes.
We work with Darren.
In a sense, it's needed.
That's exactly right, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Circuit breakers are
Okay,
a
so
thing that's out there.
what will happen is that if they pass this, the property taxes will go up to 2.7% this year. In theory, after 5 minutes, there's a glass of water, the whole situation.
There's
$6,000.
you've got a certain impact that's going to put you on tax.
So, they are human beings.
It's always better to get you.
Oh, yeah.
They're human beings,
Tax
one of those things.
base.
And so, what they're saying is even though there's no shortfall, from what I understand, there's no shortfall, they're looking to get new revenue streams into the community. What this will do is it'll raise property taxes to 13.75% this year. But as we saw with Larry Devoe, next year it's going to go up 8% anyway. Okay, so we're looking at more than a 20% raise in property tax.
They're going to get an impact.
Okay. Right, so
So we wanted you to.
they are insinuating that there's no way around this.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do.
But not only will it raise the taxes, it will affect the school districts, it'll affect the towns, it'll affect the townships. And I went ahead and scanned the paper up on what I got from this
He went 14
it's
counties.
guy. And I have video on this presentation. You can actually see it. Now, I did set too close to the camera, and I am not a professional, and I wasn't there, and so you'll hear me go,
You're hearing this.
oh,
It's going to.
and cuss a little bit. Okay, a little bit of cussing, okay? I'm so sorry, try to get past that. You can think less of me, but the information is there. Okay. Yeah.
Well, if they're going to catch it, they ain't going to do anything.
Well, it's if you want the information, I've offered 3 times. He said, look, Max knows this. And we really shouldn't be listening to this. No,
We keep losing.
you know what?
We keep losing.
There's a way around this, but Max has a lot of, you know, they've been explaining.
So anyway, I just want to give you kind of.
Well, yeah.
Before the first back.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course, this
He
is
takes me in the shower.
And we got
Max figured in the shower. But the question, he said this is going through. Yeah, so the main thing, one of the things that we need to do, or we all need to do, is make sure that all of our people, especially the elderly, have all their credits on this, even though they may not ask anything, it will go up 8%. So any what this will do is send us to the cast, and if we get the cast, then like everybody gets less. You can put in as a same school.
That is not true.
They only get 90%.
That is not true. This will not affect the state schools.
No, it will.
It will. Todd, it will.
I don't know.
Okay,
Just need some. And that's the way.
we're gonna resume here in 2 minutes.
And that's the way.
I appreciate
Well, I got that as the first year. We got that to try as best we can. It was in January.
You have to get used to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Take it down the line, it's really.
It was. Yeah.
These are some examples. Some of the council people were trying to.
He said he wants to be here.
Only people will be sitting there late.
Yeah, I think he did.
They would
Maybe he's
say-
gonna be late. Pop, did Gerald say he was,
He's gonna be late,
but he's gonna be late?
he didn't say how late. Okay, we are ready.
Okay.
If not, you're welcome to move there.
Okay. I was just informed that a few minutes ago, the mayor is, and Sally are on a time schedule, so they need to leave about 10:15. So we'll try to give them as much information as we can about the property tax situation. And I'm going to rely on Councilman Bowling for a lot of this because he is a lot more versed than I am. But in a nutshell, I'll just start out by saying Darren Bates, and I think Justin was here and heard a portion of his presentation, who we rely on very heavily. His company is Data Pit Stop. We've had him on the payroll for what, 4, 5, 6 years, giving us 4 years, giving us advice on how to move things around to get the optimum benefit for the county in the form of tax revenue with the least amount of pain. And I want to stress the least amount of pain because I'm starting to get a little bit irritated about the negativity about some of the things that we are doing as a body. The main point here is if you take 0.25% of the caps, and I might add that the caps were implemented by the state of Indiana, and they do hurt our revenue stream. Property tax credits are a good thing for a lot of people. It's helped them out, but it hurts the income stream for county government. We are proposing relieving some of the credits to generate for the county itself about $667,000. This will affect the city of Salem to the tune of was it $182,000. Because most everything in the city has reached its caps, but this will help that situation. So, to get more into the details and explanation, I'd like to ask Councilman Bowling that he would add to that.
Yeah. Pretty much what we're considering and taking a look at. And we're taking a look at all options as how we do this, how we do that. Todd said, nothing's cut in stone, but to look at all of our avenues in order to run and fund county and city and all taxing units. By the proposal of removing some property tax relief, and of course the city, the reason we want you here, this helps the county, but in essence, according to the numbers here, if we would do the way that we have initially assigned some of the tax money to be converted, it helps you out about the tune of $123,066.97. It actually gives you that much more money, okay? Now, but the question we have, because we not only got to think about the city, we got to think about the taxpayers who pay the money, that if we do this move, some people get help, some people get hurt. So what we're looking for you this morning is, I know you guys are kind of at your limit, but I guess what we're looking for is, what are you doing, number one, to help yourselves? Number two, is this something you would want us as a county to consider, knowing that there's going to be people that's impacted, to help you out to the tune of $123,697? You know, where would that money be used? How would it be used? What's your thoughts on it? You know your budget, I don't. So we're just gonna, in fact, if you just come forward, you know, so you can speak into the mic, be fine. Just kind of give us an overview on what that would do for you, where would you put it, how would you spend it, or whatever, and give us your thoughts, if you would, please.
Come on, Dan. Is there a chair over there?
Yeah, it's Jay. At least get the right position on it. Broader issue.
So you're saying this could impact us to a positive 123,697, is that correct?
Yeah, that's the numbers. You got your sheet there in front of you.
Yeah.
This particular sheet. If you go down and find the Salem,
Yeah.
civil city there,
Yeah.
you can kind of look at the numbers across there. And the five number is basically what it does. It'll eliminate, on the net losses, 182,000, so it'll improve your number by that 123,697.
So these new losses are what they're looking at, we're gonna lose next year with the circuit breaker and add on.
Up and above.
Now, you will see, what a grid should do. No, it's not, we're not going to talk about.
Two losses. Two losses up.
No. What it's going to do is give you another 123,000 against what you would have lost. Okay?
Right.
You're still going to lose.
We're still
You're just not going to lose
yeah.
as much by that number.
Well, and you know, as a government entity, we look at every way that we can save a dime or do whatever, you know, of course, when you start losing that much money, you know, it's hard to provide the services that people deserve in the community. You know, we cut about everything everywhere we can cut, you know, as far as, and it happened before I was ever there, you know, employees and stuff, that, you know, they cut it down to almost a bare minimum to get by. And every time you get cut again, you know, you gotta figure out, well, what are we gonna do now to get by? And, yeah, of course, 123,697 would look good, you know, that would give you a little breathing place. And also, you have to look at how's it gonna affect, you know, the ones that you was talking about, you know, the taxpayers, are they gonna be able to afford that? You know, that's just something that you have to look at, see what the impact's gonna be all around. And you know, I know you're all in a situation where you're trying to help everybody, and I appreciate that. And then as representative of the city, you know, I have to stand in there and look and see how we can help, but also help the taxpayers, the ones that be against this, I'm not, because I know we're all in a rock and a hard place trying to provide what the community needs countywide. But we have to look and see how that's going to impact the one that it's going to affect. You know, are they going to be able to afford that, or is that going to mean that it's going to cut somewhere else? I just have to look at the figures and see, but yeah, 123,697, if that could be do, that would help us out tremendously. You know, that would take a lot of the burden off that we won't have to come up with when we do get these steps. So they're coming, there's nothing we can do about it. You know, we have to deal with it, but I also feel like the people need the services, you know, that they've been accustomed to. They don't ask for a lot, but they deserve, you know, they deserve these services.
They put you on the spot here a little bit.
No, that's fine, that's what it's all about, you know?
I guess my question is, knowing where you're at on your budget, I'm sure you all have been looking at some ways to generate ways to pay bills.
We have, yes.
And what I'm looking for maybe today is a little insight on what some of them might be. You know, we're talking about impacting taxpayers. You know, that's basically our job is to administer the funds
Exactly.
that we collect in order to provide the services.
That's exactly.
And also by the same token, you know, if you can't afford something, you can't afford it.
That's exactly right, that's where it comes, you know?
I guess what I'm looking at, if we didn't do this, and you didn't get this money, what other avenues have you got that would help you pay your bills?
You know, that kind of money right there, we don't have no other avenues. We're getting to the point, I'll just be honest with you, we're getting to the point where there is gonna be no other avenues eventually. You know, it's gonna come to the point where there is no other avenues. You know, they're gonna have to cut more services and stuff like that, because it's just gonna get to the point where we're not gonna have the money. It's just like you said, if you don't have the money, you can't pay for it. You know, we have to, and I really respect you for trying to come up with a way that we can all keep services provided to the community. And this may be the only way that we can do that, because I don't know where we would raise $123,697. Do you know of any way we can raise it any other way?
Unless they raise fees on things.
Yeah, and then that's not going, you know, you got utilities and things like that to raise the fees on, but that stays in the utilities.
Right.
You know,
can't spend
so there you are, you can't, if you raise utilities, that's not gonna help your budget, and somebody except for the utilities. So there you are. Now, I don't know where, there's no way that I can think anywhere off the top of my head, where we, raise anything and come up with $123,000. And this is possibly gonna be the only way that we can come up with this fund. Because I don't know where to come up with $123,697.
Okay, what I'll do is defer back to the council now for this. That's kind of the point I wanted to get at, is where we're at, what we're doing. Because like I say, we're considering things, you know, and that's our job, is to consider all avenues. And like Todd said, it's kind of painful no matter who it is. I have members of my family that,
It's, you know, it's not something that, and I know it's not something that you all want to do. It's not something that you want to do, but you know, you've got the responsibility to run the county government and divvy up the funds and to run it right and to give people what they deserve. Sometimes, you know, you have to do things, you know, I understand that. I totally understand that.
anybody else got any questions for the city?
Hey, May I, and you know, one thing as a city government, we have to work together with you guys. So, you know, it's not that we want to do it either, but we all have to work together to, you know, like I always said, Salem's not this little island that we look out and see Washington County. We're in Washington County. We all have to work together for what's better for the whole county. And sometimes it may be a little painful. I understand that, but we have to, you know, we have to work together and get the big picture of the whole county. You know, we're not separated from the county. We are in Washington County. We have to do what's best for the whole county.
Well, thank you, Ben.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, you know, it's not that nobody's looking to raise anybody's taxes or anything like that, but I mean, you have a certain amount of money, and that's all you get, you gotta figure out how to use that to the best of the bill.
Understanding, you know, as far as the impacts, and there we've got some figures on the impacts of the increased taxes and homestead, which has a homestead exemption, you know, for your residents, and, that's gonna have an impact of 14.1 increase. And residential rental is gonna have an impact of 12.57. I understand long-term care is 0, and because of the formula that's going on with the state on agricultural land, and there's been a decrease in the assessed value of ag land, that's going to be 0. And this commercial apartments is 6.14, and mobile homes is 1.33, and non-residential is 0. So if you look at this, where especially homestead exemptions, that and the whole house throughout the state,
The house and acre.
yeah, is the house and the acre, those have got the biggest credits throughout the state and the county overall. So that whenever we take a tax credit away, that's the first one that gets the biggest impact. So that will show that, and then rental properties. And we actually run that, Darren, all of us on the council, and then we run figures of what that impact and percentage of increase is. We've run scenarios back and forth between, we take a look, because we're looking at physical properties that we have and stuff, and the impacts that it has to see what that does, you know. And so some of the biggest impact actually happens, you know, within these city limits of Salem. So Rondell can attest to that. So some of the less impact that it has to do with your rural areas, your ag land, and that has less impact. So, and like I said, you know, taxes are a shift. You know, is what we end up as a shift. You know, that's what. And, because of the Olympic average of how ag land is assessed in value, it's just an attribution of the numbers. You know, as far as how that's been. And we learned DeVore last week, and some of you were in attendance. His handout showed that very impact. The whole state is actually feeling that. And the municipalities are feeling the same crunch that you are.
Yeah.
I think that what Darren has brought to us before, and as he takes his numbers and they're updated nightly into his computer, he's a data nut, to tell you the truth. And I will tell you, as far as going to state meetings and stuff, he's probably kept us ahead about 2 years ahead of the game as far as implementation.
Now, this right here on these tax credits, you know, that's countywide, or are we just talking about, that this is countywide, and on the second page, we're talking about the homestead, the residential renter, that's countywide, that's the whole county?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you take away this replacement, the homestead and the rental, with that 14.1 or 12 something, those are gonna be the most impacted people or properties, which relates to people who own it. That's who's gonna suffer the biggest burden. As you can see, long-term care 0, farmland 0, commercial apartments 6%, somewhat of an impact. Mobile homes, and of course not residential, that's 0 anyway. So this kind of tells us who will be impacted. You know, that's the thing where you have to weigh and look at, you know.
I would like to call on Mr. Nelson just very briefly. He had a conversation this morning with Ms. Darren Bates from Data Pit Stop, and on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as where we're at now, could you communicate that to the audience, what he told you, and what could be coming down the pipe if we do nothing at all?
Well, I think the key takeaways I had in those conversations I had with him yesterday, just for my own sake, of reassuring that, we've exhausted all avenues. Now, again, it's very important to understand, there's no vote taking place today. The public's going to have time to review what we're talking about. Information otherwise is incorrect. But it's our responsibility to play chess and not checkers when it comes to tax dollars, I think. We've got to be thinking, and this hasn't always happened in the past, and it's not happening in other places in the state, 2 or 3 moves ahead, in our case, 2 or 3 budgets ahead. And the way it was described to me was right now the county's hurting due to a number of different circumstances, one being crime. Every time the handcuffs get shut, there's a price tag on it for us. And with the opioid epidemic and now the reintroduction of methamphetamine that we're seeing more cases and that pendulum swinging back and forth, every department that's got to do with public safety is seeing an increased operational need. And for us to be thinking long-term and down the road, Darren and I discussed about how the county's hurting on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 2 right now. Well, we could do nothing. We could maintain the status quo and not transfer this amount to shares that's being discussed. And instead of hurting at a 2 right now, it wouldn't be a 3 next year, it would be about a 7. So then we're talking about how do we pay the bills for the county? How do we maintain our law enforcement, our ambulance service, our 911s, things of that nature? He described to me, and this is, again, I'm fairly new to all this, but the 1, 2, 3 CAPS program 11 years ago was designed not as a permission for counties to decrease property taxes. It was designed to add an additional revenue stream to those counties. The result was the counties included these credits and property tax rates apparently decreased. And according to Larry DeBoer and Mr. Bates, it's not a question of when these credits are going to go away, it's when. It's not if, it's when. And I think the consideration being made is going to, it's not ideal. It's never ideal when you're asking anybody to have less money in their pocket at the end of the day, including ourselves, I think. But we can either be proactive and be thinking about not only this year, but trying to see as far down the road as we can next year and the year beyond, or we can do nothing and kick the can down the road as been described, and be at risk for definitely operating at a loss and having to finance government operations. And that's no way to run a business or definitely a government. So other counties, and he gave the example, I believe it's Grant County, they kicked the can, and instead of considering what's before us right now, they had to eliminate all of their tax credits for everybody and increase income taxes. We don't want to be put in that position at all, just to keep the lights on. So I hate the phrase, it is what it is, but boy, is it ever.
Well, not everything you said, everything is going up. I mean, of course, you guys all know, you try to fix roads and stuff from one year to the next, look at the increase that is, and all the stuff you have to do to get a road ready to go. Everything goes up, and it's just getting to the point now where, everything's just skyrocketing, and if you stay, you gotta do something to offset that, because anything you go at, roads or asphalt or whatever, it costs a lot of money to keep all that stuff up. And we want to keep that up for the citizens. You want them to have everything that they deserve, but every time you turn around, something, I know just from year to year, you get quotes on things, and my goodness, what
or Mr. Bowling might correct me here, if we do maintain the status quo, that 123,000 disappears and turns into a loss for the city. What?
182.
Yeah,
Up on top of your 601.
yeah, something almost 800,000.
So,
That you wouldn't be receiving.
and I'm not sure anybody's in a position to handle that at this
Well,
point.
And that's, you've all hit on that. We've been very diligent, as you yourselves have too, to cut and trim and be as lean. But to Troy's point, the expenses just keep going up. Absolutely. There's nothing level, there's nothing constant. And continue municipal government, we need to be, to your words, proactive and not reactive. And some of these things, pleasant or not, are going to have to be addressed.
Anything else?
Gentlemen, I just want to say, I know it's not something that you guys want to do, I know that. You want to be there for the people, because I know every one of you. And I know you want to be there for the people, but you also want to do what they deserve to get done. And it's a hard decision, but we have to run the county, we have to have the finances to run the city and county. So I know it's a hard thing to do when you're sitting there having to make these decisions. Been there, done that. I appreciate you having us over here explaining this to us, and we know too. Everybody deserves the service, but it comes at a price.
You know, over the years, as far as to put some of these processes together, the credits have been put on there to make it more palatable in a lot of ways. And right now, we're to the point that the credits, the tax caps, and with those credits, we're having to take some of that credit away. Then that's what it made it more palatable in the process. And so, I mean, it's an increased taxes because we're taking a credit that's been given. So, you know, at the end of the day, though, it is more money, you know, that in the tax bill. But if you look at your statement, you know, the place where it'll come is that there'll be just less credit on that tax bill.
Unless,
Yeah, what a lot of people don't understand, that, you know, you can look at this as raising taxes, but the fact of the matter is, first and foremost, many people, including myself, have been getting credits on their property for 11 years. And this was all designed for the people up around Indianapolis who have big homes and all that. That's why that got through the legislature. Well, only problem is, with all these credits, it really hurts our income stream.
I mean, with the size we are, really, it impacts you a lot more than it does them up there, you know. But we still have to provide the services for the people, you know, so you gotta do something. Like you guys said, if we just sat there and do nothing, then we're gonna have flights up, you know, that's what we would have. Then it'll be almost to the point where you can't get yourself.
There's a ramification, both positive and negative, for every decision we make.
Exactly.
If you don't do something and you need to cut services as part of a resolve for getting your budgets back in line, what are those services you want cut? What's the least harmful you to have you, and this may not be a good analogy for the city, but I live out in the fringe, if you will, and I pay $25 a month to have my garbage picked up, you know, but I can't haul it to the dump in a month for $25. So I pay the $25, you know, but that's just one of the things, you know, that I accept that that's a cost to me, not government, okay? So when we're looking now On the other side, it behooves us to trim our budgets in such a way we provide, but we don't bankrupt, something about beyond. And that's what we do during the budget hearings, is we take a look at what it needs, and if there's something people just don't want to have and don't want to be charged for, because here's the reality. Every taxpayer, whether you're paying property taxes, income taxes, you're paying the bills. We're administering the funds, but you are paying the bills. So what do you want, what do you expect? Now, unfortunately, 100% of the people won't want to cut the same thing.
That's right.
And 100% of the people may say, I can do without that, or we'll say that, but here again, that's the nature of beast.